Scrolling through the Gleaner online this morning, an article to the editor of the Gleaner came to my attention, and it really made a pit in my stomach because as I read it, I wasn't reading about vague strangers who are making a desperate plea. Instead, I was able to put names and faces as I read through. I was able to see their families, who I personally know a lot of them, and it really became real and painful to me. Now, this letter, it might have been written out of a sense of urgency, but beyond the words of the letter, I'm seeing the pain and the anguish, the distress, the thought of not knowing, because I too have been in a situation where I just didn't know and I needed answers. And so this is what it says. We crew members on board cruise ships understand the severity of this global pandemic. However, with recent information that all countries are putting restrictions on their countries, most of us, if not all of us, would rather be home with our families and cannot do so because our country has also shut down its borders to even its own nationals. We, Jamaicans, are requesting our government to reconsider. We're willing to do whatever is necessary as long as we can get the chance to come home. Our companies are willing to do whatever it takes to get us home safely, but we need a little help on the part of our government. It is stressful all over the world, but I'm sure you can understand that with us crew members being in a closed environment and not able to know what we will get the chance or when we will get the chance to go home and to see our families and loved ones, it is much, much more stressful. We anticipate a favorable response as we work together to get through this crisis. We are on Royal Caribbean International Cruise Line. And I think without violating privacy, but then I don't even think it's a violation. I think of Chef Cole right away, pastry chef extraordinaire. I know his wife, Karen, and their beautiful daughters. And I see his wonderful creations. And I remember being on Navigator of the Seas, and it was the 50th anniversary celebration. The desserts came out showcasing this celebration, and the artwork was amazing. Chef Cole has done a lot of that on his Facebook page, and it's beautiful. I think he's one of those who really needs to come home. The last time I heard, he was on Harmony of the Seas, I believe. I think of my dear, dear co-worker, former co-worker from Siboney, Janet, and I know that if she's still out there at sea, she wants to come home. My mind is just racing. I'm just thinking of all the possible people that I know, and these are people who are just from the Ocho area, and they need to come home. So I want to do my part. I want to share this particular video with the Prime Minister and with the people in government, just as our bit, because we're all in this, we're tourism strong, we're all in this together. And so as Share Fantastic's contribution, we want to put some pictures to these faces so that in a very, very real way, persons will understand that these are moms and dads and nieces and nephews, cousins and aunties who work so very hard, and they're serving the tourism community with excellence. But at this point in time, they need to be home. Minister, Honorable Prime Minister, Port Authority, all of the entryways and the gatekeepers, we need a rescue flight to be arranged. They're docked out at sea, they're at different places, but being a Royal Caribbean sales agent, I know the strength and the value of that company. That brand is great. And they will do what it takes to get their valuable crew home, because you see, we function better when we're happy. And so, as this uncertainty looms, Royal Caribbean went forward, and they did say that until May 11th, they will not be sailing. And so they know that for the next 2 months almost, it's okay for their crew members to spend some quality time with family. So, Mr. Prime Minister, Honorable Minister of Health, and all the powers that be, let us get our crew home. They need to remain tourism strong.